Radek, it's nice to speak to you for the first time since joining Bristol City. It seems 2 seconds ago you were celebrating with the fans at Sheffield United, and now here we are after another international break. How are you settling in at Bristol City?
Hello. Yeah, it's good to see you. And I settled really well in Bristol City, as you said. It seems like it's a short time, but it's been already how many two international breaks or three. So it's, yeah, time is flying, nearly Christmas time. But yeah, I'm really enjoying myself. Thank you.
And the fact that some people are calling this your breakthrough season, you're playing to a very high standard. How pleased are you with the consistency that you've shown in goal for Bristol City this season?
Yeah, no, I'm really happy for the opportunity to be here and play for Bristol City. And so far, I'm happy with myself and happy overall with the team. And yeah, I just want to keep doing that consistently throughout the whole season.
It felt like you were one of the last few fit players towards the end of the last international break, going into the Watford game. How pleased are you that Bristol City are challenging towards the top of the table when they have had so many key players missing this season?
No, I'm really pleased because you said it's been a little bit difficult time, but I think we cope as a team really well with that and stick together. And now we just hoping more and more players will come back from injury and we keep ourselves up there.
If you can take me back to when you were a child growing up, was English football something that you watched? I mean, who did you support as a young child?
So yeah, I think English football, for everyone is definitely one of the best in the world. You know, Premier League, arguably the best league in the world. So yeah, I was following English when I was young, but when I was a child, I didn't have really any favorite team that much. When I was growing up, I always supported a team locally, basically in Czech. But yeah, I was watching loads of football lately. Yeah, later on the youth.
Do you get to go home much?
Sometimes during international breaks, but it's obviously now a little bit limited, especially with championship football when there's a game every 3 day and then the international break, the fly back home and everything is a little bit tiring. So yeah, it depends. I still have a time, but it's not that often. So when I have the chance, I really appreciate that I can go home and spend some time with my family and friends.
Did I read somewhere that you weren't always a goalkeeper as a child? I mean, is it something that you grew into the role and very highly specialized position?
Yeah, no, it's true. As I mentioned before, I started to play outfield, but as I mentioned, it was like more a hobby for me as a football. So yeah, I started in a small village in my place, and then slowly I progressed to go back to the goal.
And I mean, your height's an obvious advantage. What are your qualities as a goalkeeper, would you say?
Ooh, really hard to choose. I think, as you mentioned, the height, I quite like to dominate my box, and yeah, shot stopping and overall trying to be consistent.
And how did you go from being a teenager to suddenly being scouted and signing for Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world?
Yeah, that sounds crazy. It was it was amazing feeling, and it was like obviously surprising. We came from Czech Republic, small country, to go to the big club as a Manchester United. It was crazy.
Are you used to being a Manchester United player now?
You know, I'm really happy where I am now, and I'm just enjoying my football at the moment.
And you had a loan, didn't you, at Accrington Stanley? I mean, how important was that for your development?
Oh, really important. I enjoyed my half season there. Met some amazing people at the club, and still keeping the eye on the club. And yeah, I really appreciate the chance what they gave me.
And a spell in Austria too. I have to ask, how did the move to Bristol City come about? I mean, but for Max O'Leary's injury, you might not have ever signed for the football club.
Yeah, that might be the case because, as you know, football is crazy, especially in transfer windows. And for me, as a young goalkeeper who was looking to go on loan, there was a few options, but as it was different scenario every day. So I'm really glad I ended up here because, as I said, I'm enjoying my football at the moment.
You're in one of the most competitive leagues in European football. Did you know much about the Championship before joining Bristol City?
Yeah, no, as you said, I follow up closely Championship in last year before because, as you said, it's one of the top leagues in the world, I would say. As you said, really competitive, especially this year. I think there's loads of teams in the same level, and I really like it about the league that everyone can win against everyone, and yeah.
And you're at a club where there's 3 quality goalkeepers: Joe Lumley, Max O'Leary, an Ireland international, and yourself. What's the dynamic between the 3 of you like?
no, I think the group of goalkeepers is in really good quality here. As you mentioned, 4 really good goalkeepers, and overall the group, we have really good goalkeeper coach, and the goalkeepers that makes in total like the training is really intense and in good quality. So that means I can improve more and more. So I'm really happy with the goalkeeping situation here.
And it's the league this season where 3 points maybe gets you into the playoff zone. A defeat would see you drop to mid-table. It's very close this season. How confident are you that Bristol City can keep up the form and challenge again for the playoffs this season?
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's really close at the moment, but it's still a long time to go to another season, and we know what we want. We want to be up there in the end, but we will see. We take game by game.
And do you ever think about the future? Would you like to be Manchester United's #1 goalkeeper one day?
Yeah, that's my plan, but I will do my maximum for that, and we will see. Let's take game by game, and now I'm focusing to play for Bristol and do my best.
Off the pitch, have you had much of a chance to check out Bristol and get used to the city at all?
Yeah, I think Bristol is a beautiful city. Even the outside of Bristol, beautiful area. So no, with Alive, I'm really happy at the moment as well, outside of the pitch.
And how nice is it to have a relationship with the supporters where they sing your name on a Saturday? You're not afraid to. I saw you doing the fist pumps at Bramall Lane day 1 of the season. What's your relationship like with the supporters?
No, I think it's amazing. Every game, home or away, they supporting us in the really high level. So and they push us forward, which we want from them. And I think everyone is really happy with our supporters, and we appreciate that what they doing for us.
And there's no Bristol Rovers or Cardiff in the Championship. So Swansea on Saturday, one of Bristol City's, for the supporters, biggest rivalries of the season.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward, and we are refreshed after the international break, and I hope we will get 3 points on Saturday.
Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Radek, Rich mentioned that sort of relationship you've had with the supporters and those moments after the full-time whistle. Can you just talk us through like what that's like as a player? Because from where we sit, that looks like such a special moment. I think back to Norwich after that game, the fist bumps with them.
Yeah, no, it's the beauty of football. You in the end, you want to play for the biggest crowd, like what you possibly can, and enjoy it. And so for me, every game is special because I know I can go into the pitch and there will be nearly full stadium who is like doing big atmosphere for us, like whole game. So it makes me basically enjoy football.
Has anything surprised you about the Championship at all? Because I think from where we've been, it's looked like a really physical league in particular this season.
Mm-hmm. As I said, I follow the Championship a lot, and I had a high expectation about it. And I think this season, as I mentioned as well, it's a really competitive league, and I really like it that we can win against everyone basically. And no, I think about Championship overall, it's really good league.
We mentioned there you are right in and amongst that sort of playoff fight. Is it something you as players discuss between you at all, or are you very much just focused on taking each game as it comes?
I think everyone have it in the back of the mind that we want to be up there, but we're taking game by game, and I think every time the most important game is the next one.
Is it nice to have quite a long run of games now? Then we've not got another international break till March. Is that something you're looking forward to?
Yeah, no. Even at the beginning, for me, it's really important to get as many matches as possible this season and get experiences what I want for my improvement. So I'm really looking forward. So.
How have you found that challenge? This probably the most regular football you've played at a professional level. Is that fair to say this season?
Yeah, I think so. Last season I played regularly, but it wasn't that intense as a championship because there was less games in the season, and now it's just game after game, which I really like. So no, I'm really happy.
You mentioned that goalkeeping group. How much does that spur you on, I guess, as well, that competition for places? Because you have got 4, like you say, really good goalkeepers in there.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's good to have competition, and it also pushed me. It pushed me to my maximum, which I really like. And as I said, the goalkeeper group is amazing, and every day I keep improving, and so good.
We just spoke to Gerhard then, and he was asked about the mistake at Stoke and how well you've recovered from that. I just wanted to get insight into your sort of perspective of how you deal with that, because it looks like you've put it behind you incredibly quickly.
Mm-hmm. No, so I think it's part of goalkeeping, because obviously mistakes for goalkeepers are really costly, which there was. Of course, I was disappointed after that, but the point is I can't change it anymore. So that was my basically brain thinking about that, and I wanted to bounce back as soon as possible and didn't think about it much and just do my best for the team the next game.
And you did that against Blackburn, especially at Watford. How happy were you with your own performance at Watford? You pulled off some big saves there, didn't you?
Yeah, thank you. No, I was. I think it was, especially the Watford game was a really good point for us going to international break, because obviously we had loads of injuries, and no, I think we put there overall as a team really good performance, and grab a point away was good for us.
Can I just ask about your relationship with Gerhard? Has he spoken about how keen he was to sign you and always spoken very positively about you? How have you found working under him?
I know I'm really enjoying football here, you know, under him. Every day brings different, basically, challenges and experiences, and for that, you know, it's so good at the moment to be for me. And yeah, it's as I mentioned before, it's really good. I'm enjoying myself.
Amazing, thank you.
Can you just go back in time a little bit to your days at Accrington Stanley? Can you paint a picture of what that was like and why you enjoyed it so much?
So it was my first men's basically football loan. So it was a little bit different academic football, and it a little bit opened my eyes as well, because you know it's a completely different academic football to play here in England leagues and everything. And overall, I have amazing coaches there who helped me to start my career in men's football, basically. So that was really good.
Do you have any special memories, any funny things that I'm sure you've got lots of funny and good memories. What can you share with us? Your favourite ones?
Oh, I think I have good ones. So I can maybe tell about my first game, maybe away at Forest Green. We traveled to a game and we got tire puncture in the bus. So and we supposed to train on the day before on the way to Forest Green, but in that occasion we didn't have really time to train the day before of the game. So I went for my first debut in men's football without training before the game. But yeah, in the end it ended up well, 1-0 win away from home. So yeah, no, it was
Excellent. It must have been quite a culture shock between being in the Manchester United Academy and then going to League Two football. Was it League Two at that point?
League Two at the moment.
Yeah. How did you? Yeah. Were you thinking, oh my God? Oh.
You know, I was prepared for that. I was expecting that, but for me, it was the main thing to get as many games as possible and sort of experience, basically. And for me, it was always the goal to progress next season. And yeah, I would say I was a little bit used to from my time back to Czech, you know, like when I started my career. So I think it was actually the training and everything was quite alright.
Great. Can I ask you? You're making progress. The fans really like you here. Your manager really likes you. You talk about making progress as a goalkeeper and developing. Can you sum up in ways that you feel as though you've developed in the last 3 months since you came to Bristol City?
So yeah, it's I said every game brings different challenges, and that's how you get as a young keeper the most experience, because you can be third goalkeeper on a training pitch, you know, in Manchester United or big clubs like that, but it will never give you the experience from the field. And that's, I think, past 3 months, it's another step forward for me from last year, and there are players with more quality and with different solution in front of goal. So I need to, just make more quick decisions and be ready, basically.
Okay. A new thing in English football at the moment is long throws, set pieces. You know, like that's why Pep brought in Donnarumma to be Manchester City's goalkeeper. What are your thoughts on the way English football's going? It seems to be changing all the time, and with goalkeepers put under pressure.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's every team have different tactics, especially as you said, the long throw now getting back into the game more and more. But yeah, I think, as you mentioned, it's good for me because I, as a goalkeeper, like to dominate my box and go for the crosses. So yeah, just bring the long balls in and I will catch it.
Bring it on. Yeah. Can I ask you about your sort of ongoing relationship with the coaches at Manchester United? I presume they're very happy with the way things are going. Can you give us a flavour of what their feedback is for you?
Mhm. So yeah, I think they follow up closely. Obviously, they have loads of people who doing clips for them and even scouts going to the games. So they follow on that closely. And as I mentioned in the interview before, also there's like my goalkeeper coach. I speak with him regularly, which I'm really glad for it. I appreciate it. And he also came for the game to watch me personally. I spoke with him. So no, I really appreciate it, and I'm trying to be in touch with them as much as possible so they get feedback from them.
Yeah. Do you think I know there's a clause that they could say come back to Manchester in January. Do you know what this? Do you know whether you'll be? Is that still a possibility, or are you hoping to stay at Bristol City for the full season?
Mm-hmm. At the moment, I didn't really speak with anyone about that. For me, at the moment, is the main goal to probably stay here whole season and play as many matches as possible. And as I said, I'm enjoying my football and I'm focused for game by game.
Yeah, you still sort of it's an ambition to play for Manchester United as their number one goalkeeper. I know there's a lot of competition and it's a big job to fill, but that's still your goal.
Yeah. No, obviously one day would be dream to play for Man United, but I take game by game, and I know it's a big challenge in front of me. But yeah, I want to improve every week, and we will see.
Yeah. According to my goalkeeping friends, the best goalkeeper ever to play in the Premier League is Petr Cech. Obviously, I know you've got a relationship with him. Can I ask you what you've learned from watching videos of him, from training sessions and from when he was playing for Chelsea, and also, are you still, could you tell me about what you've learned from watching Petr Cech?
Yeah. No, I think your friend is absolutely right. From Petr Cech, he was overall perfect goalkeeper. His positioning, his, overall his smartness at the goal was, amazing to look at and get example from him. So that's, I would say, was like one of the best in the world, maybe the best. And especially at times at Chelsea, you see all the records about keeping clean sheets and everything. It's stunning, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still? Has it been in touch with you since you came down to Bristol City?
Yeah, not much, but he still sometimes drop me a message, well done, and yeah, basically reacted in the game.
Yeah, it's great to have friends in high places because he was an amazing goalkeeper. So.
Yeah, no, he certainly was.
Yeah. What's the score in terms of you and is Czech Republic still in contention for the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm not that much in touch with the national team or anything, but obviously I would love to one day as well play for my national team and represent my country. It would be a big honor. But yeah, we'll see. I hope Czech will make it into the World Cup, and yeah, we'll see.
Great. Excellent. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Radek, how do you sum up your time here so far? Has it gone better than you expected?
Yeah, at the start, obviously it was a little bit, I wouldn't say stressful, but a little bit. When I came here first at the championship, it was not a step forward for me. It was a little bit uncertain how I'll do. I know there will be pressure on me and everything, but I think I covered that well, and as I said, I'm enjoying my time here.
You look like you're enjoying your time here. I know we've already touched on it a couple of times, your relationship with the supporters. I mean, it feels like at the end of every game, there's a moment with you and a fan. I think at Watford, you gave, was it your shirt or your gloves away or something? Do you have any kit left to give away to people?
No, it's amazing. I try to give away some memorabilia or something, shirt or gloves, because obviously I change gloves for nearly every game. So yeah, for some child or some supporter can be a memory for their life. So no, I'm glad I can give something away.
It's nice that obviously, you still appreciate that and how much that means to supporters as well.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad. As you mentioned, the support they give me and they pushing me forward, every game, every us whole as a team, they're pushing us forward. So no, we really appreciate them. You know what I mean? So it's already nearly over 20,000 sold for next game. I think over 22. So it's going to be amazing atmosphere again. I'm looking forward for that.
And I guess, looking at that and the impact that the fans have had this Saturday home against Swansea, how are you feeling ahead of that one?
Yeah, no, I feel confident. I feel confident because we had now rest for the few days, which we really needed, I think. And so now I feel confident to go into the game at home ground to get the best results possible.
Just finally, you say you want to stay here for the whole season. I think fans will definitely want you to be staying for the whole season. When your time at Bristol City does come to an end, how important and how special has it been for you here? And will it be something that you hold dear forever?
Yeah, no, of course, like every year in your career is special. And I think for me exactly, I would still say I'm at the start because it's my third loan now. And so far, every loan what I've been to have like amazing memory in my, in my pathway to go somewhere. So no, like it always will be really good to look back at the time here.